Relationship advice. Updated. My 27 male girlfriend, 22 female, of a year, slept with another guy while we were taking it slow, a month into dating me. Original post. I have been with this girl I'll call Jess for close to a year now. Since specifics matter here, we started dating around last Thanksgiving, but it was only about a month later when we said we're in an official relationship. I really liked this girl from the get-go and we've gotten very close since then, and we're actually planning of moving together soon. Here's a problem. Recently Jess and I ran into a guy at a small get-together with mutual friends. They exchanged a weird look, like there was something between them, but I didn't think too much of it at the time. During the party, something came up about the place Jess went to for a date. The time was clear since it was a Christmas market in my town, and again, I thought something was off about the guy. Well, later that night, I actually get a text from him. He got my number from one of the mutual friends, but said, "Hey, I don't know you, but I thought you should know that Jess and I hooked up right after Christmas." I confronted Jess about this, and I could tell she tensed up right away. She got this sad look on her face, but confessed right away. She said she had met this guy on Tinder and hooked up a couple of times, but stopped any contact before we became official. She said she wasn't sure we would get into a relationship at that time, but she still felt bad that I found out this way. She said she considered telling me, but was afraid it would ruin things between us. I told her I needed some time to think and proceeded to get drunk that night, and ignored her texts. The thing is, I feel very betrayed and I am really considering ending things. Sure, we weren't official when this happened, but we had already been on multiple dates at that time, and I thought it was pretty clear that we were moving towards a full-fledged relationship. On my side, I had no interest in pursuing other girls at that point, because I only wanted to be with Jess. And on her end, she was definitely hinting at us evolving into a couple and strongly hinting at exclusivity. The other part that kills me is that, during this early stage, Jess specifically said she wanted to take things slow physically until we knew each other better. But during this same time, she hooks up with a guy she barely knew from Tinder? When I asked her this, she said it's different because she took it slow with me specifically because she thought we would get into a relationship, but it was somehow different with a casual hookup. That logic makes zero sense to me. I don't really want to talk about with my friends, because I think they would hate Jess if we end up staying together. But I would like to hear opinions on here. Would you stay in a relationship like this if things were going well but the beginning was so shady? Now for the top advice before reading the update. All other things aside, it does make sense, for me, to take things slow with someone I'm pursuing a relationship with, but it doesn't matter for casual encounters/flings. I am thoroughly not into dating multiple people though. Totally agree with the first part. Also, not that it matters here, but it's a common thing. While I never talk to more than one person at a time, I know there are plenty of people, men and women, who do. To them, if it's not an official relationship it's not a problem or issue. For me, I literally can't do it because that's just not who I am. In my opinion, if you're dating someone and moving towards a serious relationship, you don't freaking bang other people. This would be a deal breaker for me, but you do you, man. If you can't get past it then end it. Yay, that's how I feel as well. It would have been one thing if she was just talking to other guys in the early stages while we were still defining things. Of course, that's fine and normal. But it feels like a slap in the fact that she found another guy to sleep with, after we had already gone on quite a few dates and I made it clear I thought we were moving towards a serious relationship, which she seemed to also acknowledge. There is no way she didn't know I would feel hurt that she did that. I thought it was pretty clear that we were moving towards a full-fledged relationship. She was definitely hinting at us evolving into a couple and strongly hinting at exclusivity. Jess specifically said she wanted to take things slow physically until we knew each other better. But during this same time she hooks up with a guy she barely knew from Tinder? People like citing and abusing technicalities, but she knows what she did is a slap in the face, which is why she hid it from you. She considered telling me, but knew it would ruin things between us. Would you stay in a relationship like this if things were going well, but the beginning was so shady? No, because she was playing games with you, hid the truth from you, and even now she can't get her story straight and without contradictions or make any logical sense. Those aren't qualities I would value in a partner. I hope she learns the lesson here and takes it into her next relationship. Update. As the title says, I decided to break up with Jess. I kept going back and forth, because I was worried I was throwing away a great thing over something that happened in the past. But the problem is, I thought I really wouldn't able to get past it. I can't help what she did was really crappy. Yes, I know that technically she did not cheat. But she knew that I wanted a real relationship, and that we were potentially moving in that direction. But meanwhile, she expected me to plan, and pay for, interesting dates, court her and prove that I was worthy of her, while she happily hooked up with randos who basically did nothing but show an interest in screwing. F that. In a follow-up conversation, it also came up that her friends sort of guided her to act like this. That she should basically allow herself to have fun and to keep her casual options open, but with me, to make me work for it, and show that I wasn't just looking for physical stuff but was capable of being a committed partner. The whole thing just seems so manipulative and ugly, and these were also mutual friends who I considered to be nice girls, and now my friends as well. Now I never want to see any of those pieces of crap ever again. Anyway, I know this is starting to sound a bit like a rant lol, but I felt pretty pissed off and basically called it quits. The actual breakup was actually quite unpleasant. No harsh words were exchanged, but Jess cried and we kind of talked about some happy times. I guess that's the hardest part about this, like, I don't think she is a bad girl, and maybe we could have had a nice future together like we did over the past few months. But in the end, I do think I made the right decision. I want to be with someone who treats me well from the get-go, not someone who manipulates me while playing games, just so she can have her cake and eat it too. Now for some comments. That she should basically allow herself to have fun and to keep her casual options open but with me to make me work for it, and show that I wasn't just looking for just physical but was capable of being a committed partner. Yeah, this is a terrible strategy for dating and posts like this prove why. In a follow-up conversation, it also came up that her friends sort of guided her to act like this. Either she was trying to pass the buck, or she is weak-willed and easily influenced by her friends. Neither one is a good look for a partner. I wish you luck moving forward, and I hope she learns the lesson here and carries it into her next relationship. I do believe that her making him work for it thing was likely the reason why she wanted to take things slow. I personally don't believe in the notion of prolonging intimacy just to see if a relationship is serious, but it is a certain stereotype/sexist notion that it's better not to sleep with a guy until much later if you want a serious relationship. It's the idea that if you sleep with a guy on the first date, he won't stick around after, because he already got what he wanted. She seems to really believe into a lot of BS ideas regarding needing to test a guy and ensure he's serious, while combining it with a very open interpretation of what cheating really means. Hopefully she'll learn not to do this stuff again. It's a recipe for disaster. The whole thing just seems so manipulative and ugly. I want to be with someone who treats me well from the get-go, not someone who manipulates me while playing games, just so she can have her cake and eat it too. Spot on. You made the right decision. I would never tolerate being with someone who felt the need to use the technical excuse we weren't official to play the field. It's complete BS and show a complete lack of class and respect. Furthermore, someone who is so intent on dating multiple guys at the same time, is likely someone that a lot of guys would not consider for any sort of serious relationship. If they are so needy for attention that it takes multiple guys every few weeks to fill their social calendar, and they have to have an app to manage scheduling all of their dates, then that is not relationship material for most men. Most men are not interested in getting serious with the town bicycle. This could have all been avoided if she would have just been upfront about her intent to continue to see others. It shouldn't have been left up to assume that she wasn't. Of course, she knew he would probably dump her if she would have told him, so it is likely he would have had to ask. While it may be acceptable in modern dating for women to be going through guys like potato chips, most guys that are looking for something serious are avoiding these types. It would be far simpler if the people were just honest up front about who they are, what they are planning on doing, and what they have been doing in the past. That way, both parties can make an informed decision quickly. If the guy doesn't want to go out with a woman that is dating multiple guys casually, or is into casual encounters, or has a huge list of previous partners, then finding this out early lets him avoid wasting any time on someone that isn't going to be a match. Similarly, the girl can avoid wasting time on someone that isn't a match for her. You also want to be with someone with enough confidence to make her own decisions, and who lives her values, not her girlfriend's values. I'm curious, had the two of you specifically stated that you were going to be monogamous during this slow, getting to know you phase? Just asking, because I'm usually still hooking up with other people during this phase, unless we otherwise agree that we are not seeing others. Casual dating is casual dating. Yeah, I'm surprised at the pile on this thread. It's pretty normal to not stop dating other people 1 month into having just met someone, particularly in your late 20s. Now for the next story. Ever since our break, I am having problems being intimate with my girlfriend and it's destroying us. Please don't make me out to be an a-hole. I'm human and genuinely have no idea how to fix this. I, 25 male, have been with my girlfriend, 25 female, for 6 years. Up until this point, she was the second girl I slept with. We've been intimate with each other daily / several times a week and always tried new things. We never got bored of each other. We recently went through some problems, and she asked for a break. Like usual, I tried to make an agreement to not talk to other people, but she lied and did it anyway. She slept with 2 other guys and begged to have me back, saying they were nothing like me and she missed the intimacy with me. How I didn't pressure her to do things she didn't want and how I was the best she had. After 6 years, this hurt me like hell, since other men were somewhat involved in our bond. I felt like it was destroyed. I decided to sleep with one of my friends. I ended up meeting with this girl I knew, literally 20 times in a month and couldn't stop. I felt like I was 15 again. Usually I can only go 1 round, but I was so attracted to this woman, I was going 4 to 5 times a night. It was so fresh and new. Not only did she have an amazing body and easily attend tents, she was experienced and knew exactly how to make me feel good. My girlfriend is beautiful and an amazing woman, but this other girl was sexy as hell, and an info maybe? After this, my girlfriend wanted me back and we agreed. I was a bit upset with her sleeping with the other men, but I eventually got over it. We attempted intimacy, and for the first time in my life, I could not get it up. She tried giving me oral, relaxing me, etc., but I just couldn't get hard. Not that I have ED, but I wasn't into it. She would dress up for me, and do things she knew I liked. I would wake up with morning wood, thinking about the other woman, and my girlfriend would get the wrong impression that I wanted her. She'd tried to do it with me and I'd instantly lose my hardness. This has caused problems and I'm not sure what to do. I love my girlfriend, and I know she's the best logical choice to make. She cares for me and was there for me through my struggle periods. When I was down, she lifted me up. I can lie in bed with her for hours just having random conversations and not become annoyed. But I lost all physical attraction to her overnight. I only become excited when I think about the other woman, and random girls I'll see during the day. Never was like this before. It's almost like her lying during our break was like feeding blood to a shark. I now see what sleeping with other women is like, and it's the only thing that turns me on. Almost like I'm bored with her intimately, even though we've tried many things to spark the connection. How should I handle this? I know in 10 years I'll be regretting letting her go. Can anyone that has been through this give me a better perspective? Now for the top advice. Stuff doesn't last anymore when you're picking your partner just because it's a logical choice. This isn't the 1700s, dude. You can have anyone in the world that is your best friend and you're attracted to. Right. I'm just so used to her and she's always been by my side. Even when I was sick, she'd be there to help. I might not be attracted to her as much, but she's a good partner. I'm in too deep with her family and everything. You are right, though. Sounds like you aren't in love anymore, but you're afraid to break up because it means losing your best friend. I'm thinking this is the case, unfortunately. The connection you once shared was destroyed when she lied to you and had slept with other guys. That led to a feeling of her only asking for a break to have encounters with others, and that took away the special feeling that you had for your relationship. Then the other woman came around, and you found out that you don't have to be afraid if the relationship breaks completely. You are still a very desirable person. That took care that the destroyed connection could not be repaired. Now you are in the position where you hang on to the memories of your old relationship, and at the same time, you know exactly that it will never again be like it was. All this inner feelings and conflicts take care that you lost the desire for your girlfriend, and she now is more a regular friend than a girlfriend. She might be the logical choice, but not the choice that will make you happy in the long run. Your D already knows that. Now your brain and your heart has to follow. Now for the last story. Am I, 19 male, wrong for ending the relationship over what my girlfriend, 19 female, said to me and going about it? My girlfriend and I had been together for 9 months. A couple of hours ago, we were laying down watching a movie, then she said this to me. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but you can't get me physically excited. Whenever you're aroused, I have nothing to say and I'm very freaky, but just not to you. I looked at her with a cold glare. Then she tried to save herself by saying that the things I say is kinda uncomfortable, but not problematic uncomfortable. I got up, went for a long walk to cool down, then came back inside. I saw on my phone that she kept trying to send memes or make jokes to lighten up the situation. But it made me very annoyed with her. She moved on about the situation by changing the subject about fake Louis bags on Walmart, and all I said to her was, "Cool." She started to ask me why I'm so mad, and the only thing I told her is, "We're done." She paused, then left my house. After a while, I finally cooled all the way down, and I can't shake off the feeling that I went about everything wrong about this. Honest opinion? Now for the top comments. Like another person said, "You all both handled this poorly. She wasn't clear in what she was saying or intending to get from the convo, and you didn't ask any clarifying questions. You could be genuinely bad at talking dirty, and that's what she's trying to express and work on. I don't think that's unreasonable or rude to do. She shouldn't have tried to change the subject and communicated better, but glaring at her and being short with her isn't really inviting communication either. Not wrong to break up with whoever you want. I do think it's goofy the way the situation was handled though. You're 19, so it's not surprising. She poorly attempted to communicate an issue, and you even more poorly blew her off and broke up with her. She even tried later with the, "What are you mad about?" thing, to try and get you to talk, but you just gave her short answers instead and went nuclear. A lot of people answering here seem to be overlooking the part about you making her uncomfortable when you initiate intimacy. She tried to communicate that with you, and you broke up with her over it? Seriously? It doesn't sound like you are ready for a physical relationship at all. And that's it for this video, guys. If you have thoughts to share, leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like this content. I'll catch you in the next one. Good day, everyone.